Today I want to show you how to make different cookie cutter shapes using cookie cutters that you already have. So you can order the cute cookie cutters with all the different shapes online, and they're not terribly expensive, but they do take a long time to get here when you order the 3D printed cutters from Etsy. And so sometimes if I don't have time to wait on a new cutter, I'll go ahead and use this technique to splice the cutters I already have together to make a new and really cute shape. So I'm going to show you how I do that today. I'm going to make a mason jar with a bouquet on top. You may have seen this in the pictures I posted recently from Watson House. I did like a little mason jar cotton bouquet, and we're going to use a flower cutter and a mason jar cutter together. And we're also going to do, I did an apple truck for one of the things at Watson House, and instead of apples in the back of this one, I think I'm going to end up decorating it to have cotton to match the jar. But it's going to be this Easter truck, and we're just going to cut off the bunny and use this flower cutter again. I really like using the flower cutters because you can add a floral design to anything you want. This one is a really good one to use because you can do any kind of flower shape with it. But if you want to have a bit more of a leaf pattern, I like to use this Sweet Silhouettes cutter. It's one of my favorites, and you can add that to the shape of really any cookie, and you'll have like a floral design on the side if you want to. So I'm going to show you how I do that. I've got some cookie dough that I made today, and it has been in the freezer for probably about 20 to 30 minutes. Kind of firming up so that we can work with it a bit easier. Oh, can y'all see that okay? Sorry about that. There we go. Okay. So I'm gonna take one of my cutters and go ahead and cut out my shape as I normally would. Okay, so there is my little jar shape, and I'm going to set that to the side. Then, using the next cutter that I want to have at the top, I'm just going to go right over the top of that. And that's going to make that fit right over what we've already cut. So, I'm going to set this to the side a bit and show you how I would place that on my pan. This is one of those copper baking mats. You can get these at Walmart, and they're really handy. They don't waste quite as much parchment, and they're really handy. But I'm going to take my mason jar cookie, and I just place the floral cookie right over the top. And you can kind of press these together to make sure that they fit nice and tightly. But the main thing is that it's touching, and when this goes into your oven, it's going to kind of melt together, and you will have a little bit of a line, kind of a joint here. You'll be able to see that it's two cookies, but once you ice over it, you won't be able to tell, and it'll still be nice and strong. You won't have to worry about it breaking apart or anything. So next we're going to do the truck. And I'm just going to take it as I normally would with any cookie cutter. Press it in, pull that up. Okay, and I'm gonna go ahead while I'm in here and do a flower as well, and press that out. And we're gonna use a knife to punch out what we need, or to cut off what we don't need rather. And it doesn't matter if the bunny gets a little messed up because we're not going to be using him today. I'm just going to take a sharp knife with a flat blade. You don't want to use a serrated edge knife for this because it'll kind of give you that crimped pattern, and it's better to have a straight edge. I'm just cutting the part that I don't want off. I cut off the bunny because we've already celebrated Easter. We're working on fall stuff right now. And I'm also going to take my flower and cut it in half so that it also has that straight edge. And now you see that it doesn't really line up with the back of the truck as well as I'd like it to. I'm just going to cut off a little bit so that we have a flat edge here. And kind of mush it on there. Technical terms. And we can place that onto our baking sheet. Now, you can do this with any kind of cookie cutter, any kind of shape you want. I'll show you one of the cookie cutters that I've seen online. They have these cute little plaques, and they'll have like a floral design on the side of the plaque. So if I wanted to make something like that, I could cut out my plaque, and then I could kind of arrange this so that there was a floral design on the side, and just cut that into where I've already cut. But if you're in a pinch, or you just have an idea that you think would be cute and you'd like to put two things together, this is really handy. And it keeps you from having to wait 4 to 6 weeks on a new fancy cookie cutter to come in. And I could use this as if it was one of those cookie cutters that you order from Etsy. It's got the plaque, it's got the florals. You can make any shape you want with this technique. Thank y'all for joining me today. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead and keep cutting out cookie cutters. If you'd like to follow me on Facebook or like me on Facebook, I'm gonna be posting some information about classes coming up in the next few months. But thank y'all for joining me today. I'm going to try and keep going live more. I know I slacked off there for a little while when things got so crazy, but I'm going to try to start going live weekly again. Thank y'all again for joining me. Have a good day.